Hi, my name is Carly Wardwell, and I'm a certified credit counselor.
And my name is Carol Korth, and I'm also a certified credit counselor.
And welcome to Debt Counseling Corporation's Financial Fitness Fast Facts on credit reports. First and foremost, we need to understand what a credit report is. A credit report is ultimately a report card of how you have handled your finances in the past. This is not to be confused with a credit score. Although these terms are used interchangeably often, a credit score is basically the grade you are given based on the information in your credit report. Now, we all know credit reports are important, so we need to understand what they are used for. Commonly, they are used for obtaining credit. So you have to have a positive credit report in order to obtain a credit card, in order to obtain a car note, a mortgage, things of that nature. Now, just because you have a good credit report or you have a bad credit report doesn't mean you will automatically get this credit, but the more positive the information is on your credit reports, the better interest rate you are likely to be offered by creditors.
It is used as an underwriting guideline for the most part.
Absolutely. And so it's important that you understand how to get your credit report and then the different factors that make up your credit report.
You are entitled to a free credit report annually, and you may obtain this credit report through, if you can have access online, through www.annualcreditreport.com. If you do not have access online, you may dial the phone and contact them through 1-877-322-8228.
And you're entitled to one free credit report from each of the 3 credit reporting agencies. Those agencies are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So you're entitled to one free credit report from each of those agencies. Now, everyone asks, is the information the same? Is it different? And sometimes it's the same and sometimes it is different. Most major creditors, for example, your Visa card, your mortgage, your car note, they're going to report to all 3 of the credit reporting agencies. However, if you have a bill, maybe an account that you didn't pay, a medical bill, maybe a gym membership that you didn't pay, that has fallen into collections, that may not appear on all of the credit reports. So it's really important that you set a reminder for yourself. Maybe you want to check all of your credit reports at the beginning of the year. Maybe you want to check one credit report every 4 months. So you can get more than one credit report from each of the credit reporting agencies, but after your first free one, you are going to have to pay for it. Now let's go through the different sections of the credit reports. The different sections are the identifying information, the public records, the trade line information, and then the inquiry section of the credit reports. The identifying information is basically your name, your address, your social security number. It may have who your employer has been in your past. And don't be surprised to see multiple addresses where you've lived over the past 10 years. Don't be surprised to see your name misspelled. Don't be surprised to see multiple social security numbers where someone has accidentally entered your social security number incorrectly.
Keep in mind the information in this section does not affect your score itself.
Correct. But if something is incorrect in there, we want to make sure that is fixed, and we'll teach you how to do that in another episode of Financial Fitness Fast Facts. The next section is the public records section. In this section, you're going to find items, if it's relevant to you, such as a bankruptcy that has been filed or discharged in your name. That will stay on the credit report for 7 to 10 years. If you have a judgment issued against you, that will also be in this section.
Judgments are typically court-appointed or court issued liens against you for debt that you've owed, that a creditor has taken you to court for, and once taken you to court, the judge has declared that this is debt that you definitely need to pay back.
Keep in mind, with a judgment, the court does have the authority to garnish your wages or freeze your bank account, but that's another topic as well. If you owe child support, that can show up in this section. If you've been arrested for a financial crime, that can also show up in this section. It's very important that if you have one of these are addressed because this is heavily weighted in regard to your credit score. The next section is going to be the trade line information section. So what items are going to show up in this section?
Most of the trade line items are your credit card payments,
Mhm.
your student loans, your car payments, your mortgage. So anything that you're paying on a monthly basis will normally show up in this section.
What will also show up is if you have not made payments on a particular bill and the account has fallen into collections. What we mean by collections is after 4 payments are typically missed with a credit card company, they're going to send it to another agency to try and collect on that debt. So you may have a Visa card that you didn't pay that's showing up on the credit report, and then you're also going to have the collection agency who's now trying to collect on the debt also show up in this section of the credit report. This is going to be like the meat and potatoes of your credit reports. The last and final section is going to be the inquiry section on the credit reports, and this is every time you have applied for credit in the past. The information on this section stays on your credit report for 2 years, and there are 2 different types of inquiries. There are what are referred to as hard inquiries and soft inquiries. A hard inquiry is each time you have physically applied for credit. So if you've applied for a credit card, it will be marked there. If you've applied for a mortgage, a student loan, a car note, all of that will be on there. And this impacts your credit score. So if you have a lot of requests for credit, that can negatively impact you. Soft inquiries are another section of this part. Soft inquiries are recorded every time you look at your credit report. So you looking at your credit report does not impact your credit score. Also, all of those pre-approved offers for credit that you may get in the mail will show up in this section. And because creditors periodically look at your credit report and say, do we want to offer this person credit? Do we not want to offer this person credit? And that is shown in this section. With those pre-approved offers for credit, if you get them and you decide to apply for it, that soft inquiry will then become a hard inquiry on the credit reports. Now, credit reports contain errors all over the place. In fact, 2 out of every 3 credit reports will have an error, so it's important that you look at your credit report periodically. Again, set that reminder for yourself. Take a look at it. If you don't understand your credit report, one of our certified credit counselors are more than happy to review your credit report with us. So please feel free to give us a call at 888-354-6332. So hopefully you'll take a few moments this afternoon to go ahead and review your credit report, pull your credit report, and please, if you have questions, give us a call.
Thank you.